Human wrapped a bandage around a cub's paw, the others brought every scratch they had. HFY Hub score 8.9 out of 10. I was right in the middle of a massive data migration project, just staring at loading bars slowly crawling across my screen, when I started listening to this, and I legitimately had to cover my mouth so I wouldn't burst out laughing at my desk. The hook here is absolutely perfect. A random human maintenance worker accidentally becomes the sacred healer to an entire planet of terrifying, heavily armored apex predators just by handing out band-aids and lollipops to their bobbies. It goes from a high-tension security crisis where alien commanders are literally preparing for a massacre, right into this guy just casually treating a massive alien monster like a golden retriever that stepped on a bee. It's hilarious. The vibe is incredibly wholesome, but with this really fun, constant underlying tension because the aliens watching on the security cameras are absolutely losing their minds. It heavily reminded me of this half-feral calico cat that used to live in my apartment's parking garage. It was absolutely terrified of everyone and would hiss if you looked at it wrong. I spent weeks just leaving food out, sitting on the cold concrete, not moving a single muscle, just letting it realize I wasn't going to hurt it until it finally came over for head scratches. Jake does exactly that, but with a dozen half-ton alien murder cats. He doesn't follow any complicated xenobiology protocols, he just speaks softly, moves slowly, and offers candy. At the end of the day, the alien scientists freaking out over his advanced appeasement techniques are exactly like corporate middle managers overanalyzing a simple email. I highly recommend this one if you love Humans Are Space Orcs stories where our weirdest trait isn't our combat ability, but our insane, relentless desire to pet things that could easily eat us. It's lighthearted, super sweet, and genuinely funny. Go listen to it. Number 1, Accessibility Barrier, 10 out of 10. I found this incredibly easy to get into. There's no massive info dump about galactic politics or confusing alien lore, it's just a guy fixing air filters and slapping band-aids on alien puppies. Number 2, Character Cred, 10 out of 10. I loved Jake so much. His complete, utter lack of panic while being surrounded by apex predators just because he volunteers at an animal shelter is peak human energy. Number 3, Closure Status, 10 out of 10. I felt so happy with how it ended. Jake getting offered a high-level diplomatic job but just wanting to keep fixing the air conditioning units was the perfect cap to the story. Number 4, Dialogue Drip, 9 out of 10. I thought the contrast between the highly clinical, panicked dialogue of the alien scientists and Jake just going, "Hey buddy, want a lollipop?" was absolutely brilliant. Number 5, Endgame Payoff, 10 out of 10. I was practically cheering when the massive adult predator actually carried its sick cub inside the research facility, completely ignoring all the terrified scientists just to find Jake. Number 6, Found Family Factor, 9 out of 10. I am a total sucker for this trope. A random maintenance guy accidentally getting adopted into the pack structure of a deadly alien species because he gave their kids candy is amazing. Number 7, HFY Video Length, 1530 min. I thought the length was absolutely perfect for a quick break. It didn't drag on and it perfectly escalated the absurdity of the situation minute by minute. Number 8, Logic Coagulation, 9 out of 10. I felt like the alien behavior made total sense from an animal psychology standpoint. If a weird hairless ape fixes your kid's broken leg without hurting them, you're going to trust that ape. Number 9, Narrative Gut Punch, 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say this story has any massive emotional gut punches, it's mostly just wholesome and funny, but the part where the adult alien gently licks Jake's face in gratitude was really sweet. Number 10, Packing Pulse, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed how the tension ramps up as more and more predators keep arriving at the facility, only for the tension to immediately deflate every time Jake just treats them like normal pets. Number 11, Possible Sequel, yes. I would absolutely listen to a whole series of Jake just trying to do standard facility maintenance while a mob of deadly alien cubs follows him around carrying his tools. Number 12, POV Perspective, 9 out of 10. I liked that the story was told entirely from the perspective of the terrified alien security officers watching Jake on the cameras. It made his casual attitude so much funnier. Number 13, The Human Edge, 10 out of 10. I love that humanity's superpower here is just our innate pack bonding instinct and basic first aid. We don't need lasers when we have antiseptic wipes and an utter lack of self-preservation. Number 14, the Onion Factor Tearjerker score 6 out of 10. I didn't really cry during this one since it's mostly comedic, but seeing the massive, scary predators completely drop their guard to protect their injured bobbies was definitely touching. Number 15, Thematic Resonance, 9 out of 10. I think the message that genuine kindness and basic empathy are universally understood across species barriers is just wonderful. Sometimes you don't need a protocol, you just need a band-aid. Number 16, Trope Remix score, 9 out of 10. I've seen the humans will pet anything trope before, but framing it as a massive diplomatic incident where scientists are frantically trying to figure out his strategy was a great spin. Number 17, Visual Bang Per Buck 9 out of 10. I could picture the scene so perfectly. A guy in coveralls sitting cross-legged on the ground while a literal half-ton murder cat rests its head on his shoulder is an incredible visual. Number 18, Wholesomeness/Cozy rating 10 out of 10. I don't think it gets much cozier than a guy running a makeshift pediatric clinic for alien cubs using lollipops while their terrifying parents take naps in the sun. Number 19, World Building Vibe Check 8 out of 10. I really dug the setting. The contrast of this highly sterile, protocol-obsessed research facility being completely taken over by local wildlife just because they like the janitor is great. Number 20, Xenobiology Integration, 8 out of 10. I liked how the scientists kept bringing up the predator's normal biology, how they are solitary, highly territorial, and aggressive, which just made Jake's peaceful interactions seem even more impossible. HFY Hub score 8.9 out of 10. Hope see you at the next HFY Hub video review.